Hello and welcome everyone to the Peak Growth Podcast. Today I have with me Artem. He is the founder of Bondar Academy. Welcome, Artem.
Hey, Gabriel, thanks for having me.
Thank you for taking the time to record this. So, can you begin by giving us a quick introduction about who you are and what you do?
All right, so I am about 10 years in quality engineering and test automation. And 5 years ago, I started doing online courses. First, for me, it was like experiment creating a Cypress from zero to hero course. It was 2020, and then it was Karate DSL. Those frameworks are related to the test automation. I uploaded those courses on Udemy, and surprisingly, they went pretty well. So they immediately became bestsellers, both of those courses. Like people liked the stuff what I did. And later in 2023, I released another course related to the Playwright framework. It's another popular right now test automation framework, and that guy became popular as well and bestseller on Udemy platform as well. And after that, I was kind of let go from my company where I was working before. And I decided, okay, what am I going to do next? And I decided to start my own venture, which I call Bondar Academy, to help quality engineers to master test automation and embrace test automation techniques, best practices, and so on. And this is what I do over the last couple of years.
Interesting. So, when somebody gets laid off from their job, I find it something very rare they decide to just start a business. So, I want to know what inspired you to take this kind of action and not just look for another job.
So it was like an interesting insight. I actually tried to look for a new job, but I felt like something doesn't work. I don't know. So I went to a couple of interviews and I didn't feel that excitement anymore of landing in a new job in a new company. Maybe because it's the way how I left my previous company and I was kind of a little bit angry on the entire corporate world, that kind of stuff. And the trust was a little bit broken over here. And also at that time, I was halfway done with my new course related to the Playwright. And I decided, okay, maybe I just need to rest, relax a little bit and to see what's going to come around. And I spent a couple of months finishing my Playwright course, then uploaded to Udemy, then took a rest a little bit. And that gave me some time to think about my next priorities, what I want to do, what the next thing I want to do with my life, with my career and stuff, what I like to do, what I enjoy to do. And I realized that I enjoy helping other people, teaching other people how to use test automation frameworks, make them better in their careers. And I feel like, all right, it's worth giving a shot. I always can go back to the corporate world and, find another job and work for another company, new project, and so on. And I decided, okay, let me just start this experiment. Let's see what's going to happen. And this is what I did. And this is soon will be 2 years.
Amazing journeys. Looking back, is there something that felt like, now that looking back at it, like the hardest way possible to do it, but maybe taught you a lesson you still carry today, especially in those early days, in the beginning of the business?
Realized later, so initially I thought that I know like how to do stuff, how to run business, how to run the company and all those things. And I thought it's going to be easier, to be honest. I thought that I have an audience. I have that people know me. I felt like, hey, I have almost, as of today, I have almost 100,000 students on Udemy. And I thought, hey, I have so many students on Udemy. Probably people know me. And when I release my new offers at Bondar Academy, it will be not that difficult. But actually, it was not. And I realized how much I don't know, how much I don't know about the marketing, sales, promotion, how to write emails, how to create the landing pages, how to make a design, how to do like a ton of different things. And I just make a lot of mistakes, which I learned from. And I think I keep doing the mistakes. And this is, I think, the natural path of any entrepreneur who's starting any new venture. And the main thing I think here is just, keep going, learn from those mistakes, and try new things to find the way what works.
So, did you go and learn these new skills that were required for the business to succeed by yourself, or did you prefer to partner up with people who already had those skills?
I think I learned those skills from more successful people than me, I guess. Once I tapped into this world of being independent creator, then I started following some of the, creators, communities, how other people doing those things, and why are they have better results than me, and what are they doing better than me, and that's probably how I going with this.
Very interesting. That's something that sounds like a very engineer mindset. Like basically, you reversed engineered what works,
Exactly,
and
exactly.
you
And at least
implemented.
I'm trying to do it, So I see what's working. I see what other people are doing, and trying, because you see, I have a certain niche as well. So I'm a niche on the quality engineering. Other creators and engineers are in different niches, and something that works for them not necessarily going to work for me. And the only way to figure this out is try and see what happens. That's the only way to do. So I'm looking for different things, trying those, and then trying to measure the results and see what's gonna happen.
Interesting. Have you looked outside of the like engineering education space as well? Because oftentimes I find and adapt strategies, let's say from the fitness coaching to a very completely unrelated industry, and it ends up working amazing. And mainly because none of the competitors are doing that specific strategy. Have you
Right.
tried this?
I guess I'm looking around, not only around how engineers are doing, but overall the communities. So if you know the guy Nathan Barry, he hosts a very nice podcast on YouTube. He also creator of the kit, and in this podcast he invites different creators from any other fields, and they are just breaking down their businesses, how they reach X amount of followers or revenue, and so on. And those are very, very different niches. And I like that podcast because, I'm watching it regularly and look, okay, what may potentially work for me? What other ideas that I can try? So, of course, I need to look broader and to kind of cross pollinate niches, if you will. Find something that works for others. Maybe it's something that works for me.
So, from my experience on the marketing side, I've come to realize that one of the most fundamental pillars to success in the coaching business is having a great understanding of who you are serving, but also who you are not serving. So, my question to you is, who do you find is the most drawn to what you do?
It is the existing quality engineers that are at the beginning of their careers. So mostly it is manual engineers who is trying to move to automation, or those who are starting the automation but feel like they are progressing kind of slow and wants to advance their career faster with acquiring needed skills to get a promotion higher, find a better job with a higher salary, and that kind of stuff. So I'm not teaching the quality engineers from scratch. I'm serve those who already have some background or stuck in the manual role and so on, and need to progress to automation and coding and all that stuff.
That's a very wise decision, in my opinion. But I'd like to understand, did you have this instinct that almost everyone who starts in this space has at the beginning, that you want to serve more people, you want to serve everyone? Like, how did you decide to only work with people who have some level of experience, not with everyone who wants to get into the test automation space?
Well, first of all, I can't do everything because I'm the only one, right? So I probably could tap into the full scale boot camp, like preparing people from scratch for the job role. I just can't do everything by myself. It's very, very time consuming. So I am more focusing on more narrower niche that I can handle, first of all. And second, I am expert in this niche. So that's why I am targeting like narrow segment, and maybe we'll see what's going to happen from there. Maybe it's going to go sideways here and there. We'll see what's going to happen. As of now, I try to stay focused on this particular group of my customers and my students who I can really help with my expertise.
All right. So, have you ever been surprised by who ends up engaging with you?
For example,
Like you said that you like to work and you mostly focus on people who have some level of experience but want to fast track their career. Have you been approached by people who are, let's say, at a senior level, or maybe by people that potentially want to start their own business?
I think I was not approached by someone who want to start business, but senior level, yes. So I had a couple of students who joined and they were already quite. I mean, I'm looking into their pull request and I see that, dude, you know everything. So what do you want to learn? So they are trying to sharpening their skills and get a new perspective. Because in my academy, I provide the course with the practice assignments and with my individual feedback through the code reviews. And that was for them a way to see a new perspective. Okay, how I teach, how I see the coding and test automation engineering supposed to be done. And when they send their code for the review, I'm like, oh, that's a pretty advanced user right there. I see it just based from the code perspective. And that triggered very nice discussions, sharing of opinions. Why do you think the best way to do that way or this way, and so on? It was quite interesting. The fastest student who completed my playwright program completed it within 3 weeks. It was like, wow, it was super fast because normally it takes like 4-6 weeks at least. But that guy was like 3 weeks done. Okay, so sometimes happens.
That's pretty interesting. But what do you believe is the reason why more experienced people join this?
I would assume they maybe follow me in social networks. They have a trust certain my expertise and so on, and they find this opportunity. And for them, the cost of entrance into this program is not a big deal, and the value they understand the value that they get from them is much higher. So especially when senior engineer is employed, usually they have already a good income, and for them to try one more course with individual feedback, it's not a big deal. So that's why.
But for the people who are at the beginning of the road, deciding where to invest their money when it comes to education is a very important decision. And there's lots of options out there, and also there's lots of free options. So I want to ask you, if you had like 30 seconds on a stage in front of your ideal audience, what message would you want them to walk away with?
To learn anything new, you will have to pay a price. This price will be either a dollar amount or the time amount. You can learn from the free resources, absolutely. Documentation, YouTube, and figure this out by yourself. And it will be free from one perspective, but you're gonna pay a lot of by your time, spending more time reaching the same goal. When you pay someone to teach you, you pay money, but you save the time when you receive the desired result. So I would call it as cost of the missed opportunity, is the opportunity cost. This is called in the business. So how much does it cost to you of not reaching the result faster than you could otherwise? And that's up to you to decide. How much time, what is the cost of your time? You decide and then make a decision.
I get that 100%. And I've been through both of the past paths, trying to figure it out myself, especially using free resources, or going the paid route with a trusted coach or advisor. And I know how the results can differ. And what I want to say here is that it's mainly a good thing that information is so accessible nowadays, but it also creates a big problem when you want to learn something you are not experienced about. So much information being available out there can get the process a bit confusing.
Oh yeah,
So
and
you don't know
overwhelming. Yeah,
you don't know exactly what you should learn.
right.
That's a big problem with trying to
And
figure
that's
stuff
why
out.
you need to find the person who can tell you what you need to learn to reach the goal from A to B. And that's the reason why you technically hire different coaches by learning programs and from the trusted people who you know that you can trust. So you save this time on the research and analysis and remove this friction of searching what do you need to learn and in what sequence to get the result that you are looking for. Yeah, that's how it works.
So getting people from point A to point B.
Bridging the gap, right?
So you said you've been running this coaching programs for 2 years now. I'm
Yes.
curious if any of the students reached back to you and provided feedback of what happens after point B, especially compared to peers who did not attend. a similar education program? How does it impact their career?
I don't know about compared to those who did not attend, but some feedback, of course, I get. So people finding the job, people advancing their careers, and just getting more high paid ticket offer from the other companies, and that stuff happens, of course.
All right. Also, another topic I'm very interested to learn about your business is how do you how do you increase the success rate of the student? Because if you're looking at the stats across the coaching industry, the percentage of student success is actually surprisingly low. It's under 10%. And another interesting metric is that 50% of people who invest in an educational program never go through the full materials. So I'm curious, what efforts do you take to increase the probability of success for your students?
Very good question. And to be honest with you, I did not think about this perspective yet. So I have a program with close interaction with me. So it's like I expect that if you want to reach something, I'm here for you to help you for anything. But the motivation should come from you directly. I should not push you to reach your goal. You should want to reach this out, but if you have any obstacles on the way there, come back to me and ask what the problem you're dealing with. So I think that, spoon feeding people, it's kind of not the right thing. If you want something, you'll get there. And if you need help with something, you'll not be shy to ask the question and reach for support. So, something like this. I strongly believe that motivation should be intrinsic first rather than someone should push you reach the goal over there. But you brought a very good point, by the way. And I'm thinking about setting up in my system, some email reminders or feedback loops to follow up with the students once they reach, goal and progression. I just didn't set this up yet in my system. I don't have time.
The fact that you didn't have to actually sit down and think about this tells me that your product market fit is very, very well. Because usually this kind of stuff with students just randomly dropping off, and I'm talking in big percentages here, not one in every 20 or 30 students, happens when the wrong student comes to the right coach, maybe. But that tells me the fact that this problem was not in your face, it means your product market fit is very well thought.
I guess so. And it's definitely not the top problem that I have. Yeah, for sure not.
All right. So if everything went right over the next 12 months, what headline would you want written about your business?
Ooh, interesting question. Headline written by someone?
Yeah, let's say by a publication in the engineering space.
Okay. Bondar Academy transformed the way how you learn test automation.
All right. And what do you think is the biggest bottleneck between your current point and getting to that headline?
Sales, marketing, and audience awareness. So I realized that it is very hard to reach the right audience. How difficult is this? Through the social networks or whatever. There are so many guardrails out there, and there are like thousands and thousands of people who don't know me, and I don't really know how to reach them out. That's the most difficult problem that I have faced with.
I see. Based on everything we talked so far and everything about your persona, like from the way you present yourself on the podcast with a professional recording device and a professional microphone and everything, and your engineering mindset, I'm sure will allow you to get there sooner than later. And
Awesome.
I want to ask you if there's anything else you would like to share with our audience before ending this podcast.
I would like um, to say this. So if you have a goal, don't think about how you're gonna reach there. Just start doing something from the day one. Make the first step, the day one. Imperfect action is much better than perfectly created plan but not executed plan. So start doing something today, and the day after tomorrow, you'll figure out the next steps, how to get there. So act now.
Amazing insights. Small steps turn into bigger steps.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to thank you, Artem, for taking the time to join me on this podcast. And for everyone who is watching, I will link Bondar Academy in the description of this video if you're interested in learning about test automation or you just want to check Artem's work. Please go and visit the website, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, Gabriel, for having me. It was a great conversation. Thank you.
Likewise. Okay.